Greetings and welcome to the channel. It's the Cranky Arborist back again with you to help rescue the internet from myths, bad practices, and scientific ignorance, one tree and landscape plant at a time. So I've been doing a little walking around today, just doing a little hiking in amongst the trees and the woodlands, in amongst a very soggy forest floor because we got a lot of rain last night, and doggone it, the mosquitoes are out, but at least I'm glad I'm wearing long sleeves. It's not that warm out yet. But a couple of things I want to share. Again, for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm an ISA. ISA is the International Society of Arboriculture. Okay, they're the international organization that certifies, and trains, and holds essentially arborists to professional accountability. It's actually important. So I'm an ISA board certified master arborist. Their title, not mine. Might be a little ostentatious. Whatever. It just means I've studied the crap out of things to try to understand them better. In addition, I owned a premium services landscaping company for 20 years. So I've been nose to nose with nature for 25 years, and I've learned a ton of things. I've also learned that a lot of people that are out talking about trees and landscapes and plants or whatever don't, well, I know I'm cranky, I'm trying to be kind too. They don't know what they're talking about. It seems right, it sounds right, it's maybe things that they've seen in their own experience. I use science and research and history and training to help me understand what I'm seeing in the landscape. So a couple of things here. First off, let's talk about something that people talk about all the time, especially with trees in the landscape. And that is the concept of suckers. You have suckers growing on your trees and how bad they are and blah, 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 blah. It's, it's tree apocalypse, the next iteration. Well, let me kind of step back here and then also alleviate some fear from you. Trees do not have suckers. The things that grow off of trees are not suckers. They literally do not suck anything. They're branches. Even if they're coming off low on the tree, they're still producing leaves, and those leaves produce food through photosynthesis. So they do not suck anything. So if someone tries to sell you the concept that they have to shave all the low branches off the trees because they got these suckers, oh look, there's one there, it's going to kill the tree, they're bad for them. No, not at all. They don't know what they're talking about if they suggest yet. So I'm trying to save you some money here. Okay, you don't have to do this. Technically speaking, the industry standards, if it comes up from the ground or the roots, those can be considered suckers. These other ones, people call them water sprouts, whatever, I don't. I just call them sprouts, young branches. That's what they are. So whether they're up here, whether they're even coming off, 12 inches above the ground. But again, the important point to understand is they don't suck anything. They don't damage anything. So a tree company, and again, in my world, there's a difference between arborists and dudes that work on trees. So when a dude that works on trees shows up and said, hey, you got to cut off all these suckers because it's bad for the tree, you know now that you can just dismiss them nicely and go find an actual arborist who can know what to do. So these young branches are actually important, especially, in a woodland, trees, they have no branches for the first, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet. Well, that's not for any other reason except for the fact that the sunlight is way up there. So all the canopy is trying to grow up and capture sunlight. It's not down here. So that's why you don't get growth. So if you have a tree in your backyard, don't do the same thing. You're not trying to imitate this aspect of nature because the dynamic is different. The context is entirely different. So when you see low branches on trees, that's not a bad thing. And you should leave them, actually, because they provide food for the tree. They also, especially for things that are, say, thin barked, they provide protection from excess sunlight. And here we don't have an excess sunlight problem. In your front yard or backyard, you just might. So the low branches are important. I understand if they're in your way, if they're grown into the house, if you can't get in your driveway, you do what you got to do. So I'm not an ideologue when it comes to this, but the important thing to understand is that these are not suckers. They do not suck anything. They are not bad for the tree, and don't let anybody sell you on work because they got to get rid of the suckers. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just not right. Sorry, there's no science to back that up, and if they say there is, tell them to show it. Bring receipts, okay? This is the internet era. We bring receipts. So I've got receipts. I've got decades worth of research and experience on this. So anyway, now you can relax. If you see little branches, little sprouts growing on your tree, it's okay. If you want to take them off, okay, I guess, but you should probably leave them or shorten them. If it's in the way a little bit, leave some of those. They protect from deer. It's going to protect from, people brushing up against it. So there's a lot of reasons to keep those low branches. So when the tree grows low branches, I usually like to say, why did the tree grow that? Why don't we ask the tree why it grew those branches low like that, and then maybe we can kind of work in concert with our trees and our shrubs and understand what's actually happening. So good for you. You don't have any more suckers to worry about on your trees or in your landscape. So there, I just wanted to relieve that pressure from your mind so you can sleep a little easier. So thanks again for joining me. I'm the Cranky Arborist, just here to rescue everybody from all the bad ideas and all the bad things that we do to trees, because usually it costs you money. So now you don't have to cut off the suckers. I just saved you some money. You're welcome. See you on the next episode.